What if I told you that the black mold spreading across your bathroom ceiling, creeping up your bedroom walls, poisoning the air your children breathe every single night, it could be completely destroyed using two products that cost less than $3 total, products sitting in your kitchen and cleaning cabinet right now. But your landlord knows this. The property management companies know this. And they have spent decades making sure you never find out. Because the moment you do, their $400 remediation invoices, their professional mold testing fees, their excuses to keep your security deposit, all of it becomes worthless. What you're about to see has been buried since the 1960s. Stay until the end because the last tip will shock you, and it will save you from ever paying a single dollar for mold removal again. Let's talk about what black mold actually does to a family. You wake up with a scratchy throat every morning. You blame it on dry air, on allergies, on stress. Your child has had a cough for 3 months that antibiotics won't touch. You assume it's just a bug going around. The headaches you've had for weeks. You think it's your screen time, your diet, your sleep schedule. But it is none of those things. It is the black mold hiding behind your shower tiles, colonizing the corner of your ceiling, growing silently inside the walls while you sleep. Mold spores are microscopic. You cannot see them moving through the air, but they are in your lungs right now if you live with visible mold growth anywhere in your home. And here is what makes this situation truly infuriating. You call your landlord. You show them the mold. They send someone in a white suit with a moisture meter, maybe a fancy machine that beeps. They charge your building anywhere from $300 to $200 for professional mold remediation. What do they actually do? They spray a chemical solution, wipe the surface, maybe paint over it with a special primer, done in 45 minutes, and it grows back in 6 weeks. Then the cycle starts again. Real families spend $500, $800, even $1,000 a year on mold that never truly goes away. Renters pay out of pocket because landlords fight every claim. Homeowners drain their emergency funds on contractors who use the exact same basic chemistry you could buy at the dollar store. The average American family spends $620 per mold removal incident according to home repair data, and most have it returned within 2 months. Now, I need to tell you where this cover-up actually started, because this is not a conspiracy theory. This is documented industry history. In the early 1940s and through the 1950s, household chemical companies and early property management associations quietly conducted tests on simple chlorine-based solutions and alkaline ash compounds. They found, this is critical, they found that basic sodium hypochlorite combined with wood ash lye, both of which cost almost nothing, killed black mold colonies at the root, not just on the surface. It attacked the mycelium, the underground network of the mold organism, the part that grows back. This was a breakthrough. Households had been using ash and bleach separately for generations to clean, but the combined application, at specific ratios, on porous surfaces with a specific dwell time, was something entirely different. It was a permanent solution. What happened next is what always happens when a cheap fix threatens an expensive industry. The cleaning product manufacturers who were developing higher margin antifungal products lobbied to have DIY mold guidance removed from government housing publications. The early professional remediation companies, who were just starting to build their business model in the 1960s, needed homeowners to believe mold was a specialized problem requiring specialized solutions. They spent millions, literally millions of dollars across decades of industry marketing, making sure you believed that black mold was dangerous, complex, and impossible to treat yourself. They were not entirely wrong that it is dangerous. They were completely wrong that you cannot treat it yourself. Only about 1% of people who deal with recurring mold issues ever learn this combination method, and now you are one of them. What I am about to show you uses exactly 2 ingredients. The first is standard household bleach, the kind you can buy anywhere for under $2 for a large bottle. Not the scented kind, not the splashless kind. Plain sodium hypochlorite bleach, the concentration listed on the bottle should be between 5.25 and 8.25%. The second ingredient is wood ash. Plain wood ash from a fireplace, a fire pit, a wood-burning stove. If you do not have wood ash at home, you can get it for free from a neighbor, from a campground, from any place that burns real wood. This combination, when mixed correctly, creates an alkaline chlorination solution. And this is where the science matters. Black mold, Stachybotrys cartarum, and its cousins survive standard cleaning products because they build a protective biofilm on porous surfaces. This biofilm is slightly acidic. Standard bleach alone struggles to penetrate it fully on textured surfaces like grout, drywall, and ceiling texture. But wood ash is intensely alkaline, with a pH between 9 and 11. When you combine it with bleach, you create a solution with 2 simultaneous actions. The alkaline ash breaks down and strips the biofilm. The bleach penetrates directly to the mold's root structure and oxidizes the cells at a molecular level. Professional shops charge $280 to $400 to apply this same basic chemistry using branded antifungal products that are, at their core, a chlorine oxidizer in an alkaline carrier solution. You are going to make the same thing for under $3. The price difference is not $10 or $20, it is $397. Now this is the part you actually need to follow exactly. Do not skip any step, do not change the ratios, and do not rush the process, because the dwell time is what separates a surface clean from a permanent solution. First, open every window in the room and put on rubber gloves and a basic dust mask. You're not working with anything exotic, but bleach fumes in a small bathroom or bedroom with no ventilation will give you a headache. Protect yourself. Take half a cup of dry wood ash and add it to a bucket with 1 cup of plain bleach. Stir it carefully with a stick. Not your hand, even with gloves, because the mixture gets warm and can splash. Stir for about 30 seconds until you have a pale gray slurry. It will look almost like thin grout. That is correct. Add 1 liter of warm water and stir again. You should now have a solution that is slightly cloudy and smells strongly of bleach. That smell is the chlorine doing its job. Next, take a stiff bristled brush. An old toothbrush works for grout, a scrubbing brush works for walls and ceilings, and apply the solution directly to every visible mold patch. Do not wipe or scrub yet. Just apply and let it sit. This is the step everyone gets wrong. They apply and immediately scrub. You need to let it dwell for at minimum 20 minutes. Set a timer. During this time, the ash is dissolving the biofilm and the bleach is reaching the root structure. You will see the mold spots change color, often to a lighter gray or almost white, within the first 10 minutes. That is the oxidation working. That is the mold cells dying at the source. After 20 minutes, come back and scrub firmly in circular motions. You do not need to apply more solution unless the area is very large. Scrub until the surface looks clean. Then take a clean, damp cloth and wipe the entire area twice, once to remove the residue and once dry. Now, and this is the most important part, do not rinse with plain water for at least 1 hour. Letting the residual alkaline solution continue to dry on the surface creates a hostile environment that discourages regrowth. Plain water neutralizes that protection. Wait the hour. If you are treating a ceiling, use a spray bottle instead of a brush to apply the solution and let gravity work with you. On grout lines, a toothbrush on the dwell and scrub method is dramatically more effective than any commercial grout cleaner you have ever used. One final thing you must not do. Never mix this solution with any ammonia-based cleaner. Check your other cleaning products before you start. Bleach plus ammonia creates chloramine gas, and that is genuinely dangerous. Plain bleach, plain ash, plain water. Nothing else. Thousands of people have used this exact method, and the results they report are not just clean-looking walls. They are walls that stay clean. One person in an online home repair community described treating a bathroom that had been professionally remediated twice in 3 years at a combined cost of $840. Using this ash bleach method, applied correctly with the full dwell time, the mold had not returned after 14 months when they last posted. Another described treating visible black mold on drywall that a contractor told them needed to be cut out and replaced, at a quoted cost of $200. The surface treatment worked completely and the wall required no replacement. Results like this last because you're not just cleaning the surface, you're sterilizing the porous material underneath it. The before and after difference is visible within a single treatment. Black or green mold patches become white, then disappear. Grout that has been gray for years becomes the original color. Ceiling texture that looked permanently stained looks new, and the smell, that damp, musty smell that never quite leaves a bathroom no matter how much you ventilate, is gone. That smell is mold. When the mold is gone, the smell is gone. Professional services will tell you that certain mold infestations require repeated treatments and ongoing contracts. With this method, one thorough treatment with full dwell time handles what 2 professional treatments could not. Results last up to several years on surfaces that are properly maintained and ventilated after treatment. On tile and non-porous surfaces, the effect is essentially permanent as long as you address the moisture source. If this helped you, hit the like button right now. It takes 2 seconds, and it means everything for getting this information to the people who need it. Subscribe if you want to keep getting solutions that the industry does not want in your hands. The next video is going to expose something even more buried. A method for sealing and waterproofing basement walls permanently using a material that costs $4. The same material that was standard in construction before synthetic sealants replaced it in the 1970s for profit reasons. You will not want to miss that one. And before you go, here's the final tip I promised you. After treating your mold and letting it dry fully, mix a small amount of the same ash with just enough water to make a thick paste and apply a thin layer over the treated grout lines. Let it dry completely and wipe off the excess. The ash residue that remains inside the porous grout is alkaline enough to prevent new spore colonization for months. Mold cannot colonize an alkaline surface. Your bathroom grout has been the wrong pH for years. Now you know how to fix it for the price of a cup of ash. You have the knowledge now. Use it.